All right, folks, our final recap section here, week number 4. As happy hour just ended apparently, so we're bummed. Can't get extra drinks for a good price, but we're gonna have 4 drinks anyway. As we await the Caps and Sabres here, Tuesday night at Bar Louie's, as we go over the Pro Division wrap-up from last week. 4 Pro Division games. Let's start with the first game on schedule, Puck University against Buckmaster Redux. A game on paper that you thought, oh my God, it's going to be a blowout for Puck University, and it never happened. What happened, in your opinion?
Buckmasters, welcome back. Like they're the Punks that we know and love from last season, and they showed it this game. Doing a good job getting shots on net, doing a good job playing defense. Good goaltending. I think Jordan was in net again for them. So again, this is the Punks this is the Punkmaster team that we expected when the season started, in my opinion. And it looks like they've gotten their groove back. One game a trend does not make, but it's certainly overwhelming what you thought would have been a better Puck University team.
Now, on the flip side, your thoughts on Puck University? What went wrong for them?
I don't really know. I think this is just an off week for them overall. I don't really have a specific reason why they didn't play as well as they normally do. Maybe it's just, again, just an off week.
Yeah, my thoughts here, I thought Funk played a great defensive road game, tight checking, block shots, got in passing lanes, forecheck very well hustled, a great quote-unquote road game in the NHL, and they deserved to win this game. They dominated this game as well, too. Puck University, on their end, didn't forecheck very well, didn't have energy out there, and the one thing that you're seeing now at Puck University, and again, my job is to analyze games. I don't take favorites. I analyze my own teams. I analyze other people's teams. I have no favorites. What I see with Puck University, the fact that their offense is not where it needs to be, and that their offense has no identity out there. They're a forechecking team. They're a passing team. They don't have the speed to be a puck buddies type team, so we don't know what their offense is really like. So the question was actually exposed here: what is the identity of the Puck University's offensive flow out there? They didn't get many offensive shots on goal. Shots are blocked as well too. They don't have the natural goal scoring that other top teams do in the Pro Division. You have to earn it, and I think they have to change the playing style to get those goals as well too. You saw a flaw there, in my personal opinion as well too. So a great win for Buckmaster Redux.
Yep,
they deserve it, and now every team in all 22 teams have points, which makes me happy as a commissioner. Great job for Buckmaster. They're a good team as well too. So great effort there as well. Game number 2 that we had in the Pro Division was the All Blacks game we actually videotaped.
Yeah.
We got the extra game in on videotape wise because Jason was available. The All Blacks against Puck Buddies in a game that normally is pretty close. Normally is a marquee game. But this time around, it was a total blowout. What happened, Jason?
Puck Buddies dominated, surprisingly. It's normally a close game between these two arch rivals. I think Puck Buddies won 5-1 was the final score, if I remember correctly.
No goals given up was 6-0.
Oh, yeah.
In favor of Puck Buddies.
That's right. Sean Rada had the shutout.
Right.
So, yeah, just a very unusual showing for the All Blacks. Defensively, I don't think they played as well as they normally do. They didn't force. I think part of their strategy is that they forced Jake Ruby wide, and this game Jake just seemed to have free reign in doing whatever he wanted. So I think that was key.
Jason, you wonder. Remember last season, All Blacks for 5 straight periods, heading to the 3rd period of the championship game, had Puck Buddies numbers. They were in control. Haven't given up a goal yet in 5 periods. They were up 1-0 going into the last period of the Dchl Cup Finals, and something happened there. They lost that game 3-1. You have to wonder if that 3rd period of the Dchl Cup game, the Puck Buddies figured out how to play against the All Blacks, the grind style. They made some adjustments, and now those differences carried over into the new season, where you saw earlier they couldn't contain Jake. I thought they actually played pretty well, but Jake found ways to get shots on goal. John Knopf was great in that as well too, but I think the Jake show, they made adjustments and they played better than the All Blacks did.
I mean, it wasn't just Jake too. I mean, I think Sharab had a goal in there. Jake certainly had some assists thrown in there too to other players, but I mean, at the end of the day, and I've said it before, the Puck Buddies are more than just Jake Ruby. Cassidy Proctor playing an outstanding defense, and I really think that
Ryan Kelly. I forgot Ryan Kelly as well too.
Right, Ryan Kelly and
the Butler.
Ryan who?
The Butler.
And I think,
and then no Robin. Robin was there.
Puck Buddies out-defensed the All Blacks.
That's a very good point.
I think the defense was key for Puck Buddies this game.
Good point. I thought Cassidy, Peter, and Sean Rada had a great game.
Absolutely.
Their back end was better, and they were stronger than normally is, and they couldn't counterattack against the All Blacks against Puck Buddies. And I also think the Puck Buddies made some adjustments in the third period of that game, and those adjustments have not been countered by the All Blacks yet. They figured out how to beat the All Blacks now. You have to wonder now, if this is the way it's going to be here, is this an aberration, or is this the new reality of what the Puck Buddies are? What do you think, Jason?
I don't think it's an aberration. I mean, All Blacks played very well. I mean, John Robson.
Correct.
John Robson, he was
spectacular.
Jake Ruby had, I think, at least 3 other breakaways that John stopped.
And don't forget, they hit like 4 or 5 posts that game.
Yeah.
They had 4 or 5 posts. Could have been like 11th the game in this case.
Yeah. So I mean, the Puck Buddies played well. It's not that they. It's not that they did terrible. It's not that the score 6-0 what means that they got blown out score-wise, but they didn't get blown out, level of play-wise. It's just, I think this is aberration. I think if
aberration, the fact that the Puck Buddies are this good, or the fact that the All Blacks had a bad.
I just think these teams know each other so well. I don't expect this to be another blowout game if they meet again in the playoffs, which I expect them to do.
Okay, I'm going to take the counterpoint. I think the Puck Buddies have figured out the All Blacks. I think from here on forward, the All Blacks have to make the counter adjustment. Well, it's not one game. It's one game plus one period. The big period was the Dchl Cup Finals. They figured out they won the grind game against the All Blacks, and now the onus is on the All Blacks to make the counter adjustment. Can they make the counter adjustment? And they figure out how to counter adjust against the Puck Buddies. Right now, the Puck Buddies, it's a chess game, and a chess game move. The Buddies are in control now. What will the All Blacks do to counteract this chess game that's being played right now? Because right now the Puck Buddies are in control. My personal opinion. So we'll see.
We'll see. Definitely a difference of opinions here, but when is that ever nothing?
No, well, that's really these things have opinions out there overall. We go off there as well too.
Suds has been drinking a lot too tonight,
which leads the question out there.
Take that into consideration as well.
Suds also was the one who said that it's going to be tough for the Puck Buddies to repeat and three-peat the season. But after 4 weeks now, after 4 weeks, you have to say they are clearly the class of pro. Do you agree with that, Jason?
Yeah.
Clearly, a notch 2 levels higher than anybody else.
There's no cup hangover for the Puck Buddies. They're playing like the champs that they are, and you got to believe they're gunning for a 3rd straight title.
Absolutely. So congratulations to the Puck Buddies, who are missing Robin, no Brad Patton, missing Maya Ryan, missing a lot of Ben Ryder as well too. And they still, and as far as I recall, the All Black at their full roster there. So I mean, this was a full roster going against a completed roster of Puck Buddies, and Puck Buddies still blew them out. So I think that says a lot for Puck Buddies in this case out there. So respect the Puck Buddies. They played very, very well. They are on a mission right now as well. Game number 3. It was a game that had the Ducks going against the DC Provicutas.
Yes.
In a game where, unfortunately, DC Provicutas had a little short bench there. Yeah. Some of the players could not make it last second out there. Some of the scorers couldn't make it, but they still have 7 or 8 players, but the short bench did hurt them, and they were blown out, completely blown out of the waters by Ducks. Your thoughts?
Short bench definitely played a factor in the DC Provicutas loss, but I give credit to the Ducks, because if it was a close game, it was like a 3-0, 4-1 game or something like that, then I think you factor in the short bench a little bit more, but they got completely thrown out, DCP did, and so I think that lends more weight to how the Ducks played, and they were just impressive. They were impressive to watch. Chris Calendar back for the Ducks, he made an impact.
James Miles was there, Luke Taylor was there, Josh Brooks was there. Yeah, they all played very, very well.
Tracy and Honey playing their 60.
Exactly. And their new players, Tammy played well. Tammy had a goal assist as well too. I thought Tracy played one of her better games, defensively speaking. She stopped a lot of one-on-one plays, generated the outlet pass. I gave her a star. I thought she could have easily been a player of the week. She barely lost out to Molly Bruin from the Funkmaster Redux. So give Tracy some love for playing very, very well defensively out there. Well, I thought from a standpoint, again, we talk about the Ducks, talk about Puck Buddies. To me, here I am again. A little biased. I am a special consultant to the Puck University, one of the pro teams. But in my opinion,
special consultant.
the top two teams when at full strength, clearly to me. And that's why if you see me as a pollster, you would not know which pollster I am, but you'll see my polls usually showing the Duck universe is pretty high. I'm sorry, the Ducks are pretty high. To me, the Ducks, the full roster, are clearly the second best team in pro behind the Puck Buddies. So I want to see a full pro.
Bold statement.
I want to see a fully staffed Puck Buddies going against a fully staffed Ducks roster. I want to see that happen. Hopefully we'll see the playoffs sometime on the road. But to me, those two teams are 1 and number 2 clearly in my mind. Then you have 3, 4, and 5. You know, you have All Blacks, Puck University, Blood Red can be put in there somewhere out there as well too. So a great win for Ducks in this case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, a loss that can be probably put us. You know, it wasn't. You can't blame DCP. They were short-staffed in this case. Missing goal scores as well too. So a game that unfortunately didn't go well for DCP. Next game on schedule. The final game on the pro schedule featured Blood Red going against Snake Eyes. Again, on paper, you figure Blood Red, better team, Snake Eyes. But Snake Eyes are playing well. They stole a point from Puck University last week. They play a good grinding style. Lucy Myers, the great Lucy Myers.
Yeah.
Hail to Lucy, she's back. Missed an empty net goal in the first period, but we all joked about that. She's still rusty out there, but she played well. And the Snake Eyes battled hard, battled close, and lost a tough one to Blood Red on a late breakaway goal by a win-win for Blood Red. Your thoughts on this game?
Lucy coming to the Snake Eyes is a game changer for them. I think that's huge. Again, a little bit of rust this week. I don't think it's going to last long. I think she's got it knocked off now, and she's going to do great things for the Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, again, for the last 2 weeks, this 2 weeks in a row, they played very well, very strong, very solid team, and I think defensively they've been very tight, and I think that's been key for them.
And again, when you have John Robson nets,
yeah,
John
exactly.
Robson make any defense look good as well too. Give credit to John Robson as well too.
Absolutely. So will that trend continue? We'll see. But I said it like about two rec teams earlier. I'll say it about the Snake Eyes. They are better than you think, and
they are.
They will climb up in the standings.
Back up to the other.
Take another one. Yeah.
You want tall or regular?
Give me a tall. Why not, folks? I'm a sailor.
You know what? That's a good point, because you know what? We talk about this early season out there. The pro division is very tough.
Yeah.
The Funkmasters and Snake Eyes are very good teams.
Yeah.
Their teams are normally in the top 3 or 4 every season. It's a very tough year. Doesn't mean they're bad teams, but they're good teams. You know, the other teams have gotten better out there. So it's not a knock against those two teams. When they play their game, watch out. They're a tough out for any team out there. You saw it this week. Blood Red escapes with a 3-2 win, in my opinion. But also, I want to give fun of Blood Red. The previous Blood Red teams, as I know them to be, against like the previous Babylon Warriors team, when adversity hits, complain, they'd yap, they'd self-destruct, they'd moan, they would lose focus. This Blood Red team is focused, they overcome adversity, and a couple of bad penalties in the first period. They had too many players on the floor penalty the first period. They overcame that, they got the goals they needed out there, and they won the game. They're mentally tough, they play hard. I love what I see out of Blood Red. Personally, I love what I see out there.
And in this particular contest, I think those penalty kills were key.
Yes.
I think those PKs were key in maintaining the momentum that they had, because if Snake Eyes gets those 2 power play goals, then
it's over. With John Robson, it's over. It's absolutely. And you know what? You make a good point, because you know in the pro division, look, I understand having a deep bench and having players come up, but you know, as a team, whether it's a captain or you have to be able to eliminate I wouldn't say dumb penalties, but penalties that you just can't tolerate. You cannot tolerate too many players in the floor penalty. That's a penalty you cannot have. You can understand someone gets a breakaway or whatever, and you stop them on. You hook the guy down, or you can understand that, but that's not a very smart penalty in my mind. So Blood Red's going to play smarter than that. I agree with you in that regards, but they found a way to win the game. Give them credit for that as well too.
Congratulations.
All right, now that's the pro recap out there. After 4 weeks, the only team defeated right now is Puck Buddies clearly the top division out there. Second by only a point right now is Puck University. Right on their tail is Blood Red and the All Blacks, the Ducks as well too. A very competitive pro division. Next week games, we have some separators out there. Next week, the Ducks and Puck University.
That'll be a good one.
That's what I would call a separator game. You separate yourselves together. Also next week, I don't know, is it Puck Buddies? I don't know the Puck Buddies, but Blood Red going against Fuck Bastards next week as well too, if I recall correctly. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
I don't remember. Probably should look at the schedule before we talk about these things.
You know what? You know what? Just give me a second here, right here overall. But don't forget next week also Super Bowl Sunday. So all we have next week are just pro games. We do not have rec game next week as well too. So FYI.
Well, we have pro games and X.
Exactly. No
so
rec
if you play on an X team,
come on out. 2 and 12 5 as well too. All right. Any final thoughts before we go to our PTI segment here, Jason?
I think I said it last week. Week 4, I think, is where you begin to see
separation.
What teams really are.
Okay.
You know, are they good teams? Or are they bad teams? And standings-wise, I think everybody's kind of where they're supposed to be. I think maybe, with the exception maybe Funkmaster, I think Funkmaster should be a little higher than they are. I think they drew a rough first 2 weeks because I think they drew Puck Buddies and All Blacks like bam back to back. So that's a tough matchup for any team. And especially getting them back-to-back. So with the exception of Funks, I think every team is kind of where they should be in the standings right now. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out as the season goes on, and I'm excited for it.
Well, you know what? I just looked right there. I apologize. It's Blood versus the All Blacks.
Okay.
2 great games on tap. So, are you okay with taping them both?
Oh, absolutely.
You can be on Sunday, right?
Yeah,
we play exhibition. So, tell you what, Jason already agreed to tape the games. We have 2 additional games, 2 bonus games this week. Blood Red going against the All Blacks. Bonus game. Bonus game number 2 on Pro is going to be Puck University going against the Ducks. So, watch out. Those games will be on YouTube to watch and also handicap as well too. So you see there as well too.
Now taking bets on who the sponsors will be for those games.
And by the way, guys,
viewers know that after every period I've named a fake sponsor. I'm taking suggestions, but really I'm taking bets. So if you've got a wager, a pool going,
and really whoever the fake, they get a free break. They get free promo through us right now. So
yeah, exactly.
They should be thanking Jason for making the name on the air out there as well too.
I should be getting royalties.
Exactly. All right, folks, there you go. Pro Division wrap up for this week out there. We'll be back with a short PTI segment before we end the week out there. Back in 2 and 2.